Okay, let's start a couple minutes early. We are going to be continuing off with the story of Canaan, the Promised Land. And for any of you who is bitching about the title, I actually like Housamo, and I wanted his variant. I still didn't get it, and I always saw my tickets. Oh well. And also, I really don't care about Robinson Ender, or only 4 parts I'm going to be doing for this playthrough, but 5 feature units. So, Robin's out. If you say otherwise, okay, so you for having an opinion. I mean, Dagon's good, but is he, like, using in a challenge quest good? I mean, I guess you use him in challenge quest. It really depends on what you want to go for. Tangora does more magic fuckery with his skill kit, but Dagon gets the job done by just deleting everyone. Oh, hello, Hermes. And let's see what you're saying. Fun fact, every Canaan character's kit has a theme related to what they do or goes through in the story. In Kijimuna's case, he literally... Spoiler alert, please. Yeah, no! We haven't even seen Kijimuna yet, jeez. Alright, we'll be doing episodes 4 and 5 in the Promised Land, starting today. Let's go. But yeah, episodes 4 or 5 today, and 6 and the epilogue tomorrow. Kijimuna is a good boy. Y'all just mean. I'm sorry for any Johnny Test fans out there, though. There you go, there's your Robinson content. And the boy's best friend is a talking dog. Talking dog! What do we make of this? What do we make of this? Johnny Test! This is the life of a boy named Johnny Test. Oh, okay, end memes. It's starting. In the world of flora, as the seasons come and go, plants sprout, grow, bloom, and wither. They are uprooted by tempests, drowned by floods, buried by earthquakes, and ravaged by disease. But even in death, they will nurture new life, perpetuating a cycle that has existed for millennia. It's Canaan's official theme song! Except instead of a talking dog, it's a talking parrot. And in no world is there such a thing as perfect immortality. Some flowers retain their beauty as a little longer, but that is only because some expends energy on their behalf. Even worlds themselves, woven of myriad lives, are no exceptions to this principle. For a world English. For a world cannot live unless it is supported by those who dwell in it. And yet, regardless of their best efforts, their world can so easily be wiped clean by storms, inundations, quakes, or plagues in what would seem an instant. However, the destruction of a world will always leave some evidence behind, marking its passing. No matter what disaster, natural or unnatural, befalls a world, something will always remain to tell of what once lived there. Perhaps there is something there, or someone, who yet wishes for eternity. Oh, what do you know? Perfect timing. And there, on an isle wiped barren by the flood, it stands like a lone tree. Kijimuna and Dagon? It stands like a single stone pillar, the sole remnant of a once great palace swept away by the rushing waters. This is what supports the worlds, the bearers of objects known as pillars. From the heart of the world, between the heavens and earth, they watch over the cycle of death and rebirth. Forever they stand, guided by an enduring desire for the world to be eternal. And they are not the only such structures. There is another in this world of Canaan, who once stood upon the earth to uphold all of the heavens. Tangara. Episode 4, the 5th promise. What were the first 4 promises? Or were those related to the 4 lords, or 4 what are they called? World representative candidates. Are you ready? Then upsy daisy. Hold your horses are starting. I'm selling. Whoa! Nearly effortlessly, Astarte clears the rocks from the mountain paths where they fell just a few days prior. Wow, lazy Astarte, you're amazing.
You've only had eyes of her, haven't you? Even I've been brushing up my hunting every day.
I'm not looking at her like that. I already know you're great. What, jealous?
Jealous? Who, me? What are you talking about, silly? I'm not.
Hey, I can lift you.
Ooh, nice work. Well, you're awesome. I do love me a man who can lift.
Just watch me, Arson.
Oops. His hand slipped. Oh, you okay? You alright, big guy? You have to be careful or you end up ground beef under those rocks. So this is the 5-star AR, where Astarte lifts a rock with Asterius under it. Astarte hoists up the boulder atop Moloch and easily tosses it aside. aka the Oppression AR, aka one of the 2 really, really, really mediocre ARs of this battle.
So strong! If it came down to a competition of raw power, we'd have no hope!
You're incredible, Astarte. This is the first time I've met someone who could match me in strength.
There's Baal. Huh? It's not moving. Over here, Arton.
Lady Astarte, could we ask for your help in moving these tools for our rituals?
Sure. I'll deal with all the heavy lifting you need. Just look at that Baal. He's standing around smirking while we do all the work. Kosar, where does this go?
Hey, no fair! Help me out. I can't clear all this up on my own. I just got so into my work that I forgot to clean. You know how it is when there's no one to tell you off.
The curse of an engine nerd. I don't think I'll say that. I'll come help you out anytime.
You're an angel with a dustpan in a room. Aren't you the sweetest? Don't tell me that you've got feelings for me. No. This isn't happening, is it? Yeah. I'm probably just imagining things because I've been holed up in here for too long. There's no like someone like... I don't have much experience in love and feelings and like so. Talking about it has really got me down. Guess I'll get to work.
Did I even say anything that's suggestive? Jeez. I don't think that reaction was prompted at all.
Hey, do you have anything you want me to make? What kind of things do you like? No, I'm not asking for your help. I'm not asking for any reason in particular. I just thought I'd like to thank you for your help. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't repay the favor. So, I'll give you whatever you want. How about it?
Let's go all horny. It's you that I want.
Oh, what? Are you serious? Are you talking to me? You can't go teasing me like that. I'm way older than you. Plus, I'm just an engineer, as you always call me, talking about nerdy things. I'm not clever. I'm pudgy. I smell like oil. Speaking of myself like this is really killing my soul. Are you positively sure you're okay with someone like me? I think you're great too, actually. I don't know why, but lately I've been thinking about how wonderful you are. Seriously, having a partner like you, someone to enjoy every day with, make me so happy. And then imagine all the things we could do every night too. Imagine all the oil we'll get into each other. Just thinking about it making my heart go a million leagues an hour. I can't believe I just said that. Could on and please elaborate. Anyhow, if I miss this chance, there's no way a scaredy cat like me could ever confess his feelings again. So, where did they put that thing again? Crap, it's not here. Not here either. Get it out of my car! It never occurred to me that I need it because I thought I was doomed to be forever alone. Here it is. Sorry, it took so long. Island can't go in real. Please, no. If it's okay with you, please take this. Please tell me it's not a seashell. Was rough hand smeared with sweat and oil? Kusar what caused this place as a seashell promises in your head. Oh my god, get some newer gifts, you dumbasses. These seashells only matter for the 4 representatives anyways. You're not like a candidate. Can you please just whatever. Now those are my feelings. Please take care of them, Marathon. What are you two doing? Quit slacking off and come and help. Start day. We aren't doing anything. Alright, let's get to work. Cleaning up sure is a blast. Oh wait, that's Kozar. Alright, let's get to work. Cleaning up sure is a blast. This looks like the blueprint of a building. But I haven't seen anything like this on Canaan. Astarte cranes her neck as she looks over a diagram she found on the floor. Oh, thanks for finding it. I couldn't remember for the life of me where I put it. Now, these are the plans for a new palace, designed by yours truly. You know, the remains of that old tower on the outskirts of the city. We plan to rebuild it in that area. I don't have enough manpower to begin construction right now, but I'll be heading over there as soon as the cleaning's done. If you could, would you mind helping with the security for the geological survey? The foliage growth has been terrible recently, and it would be dangerous for us engineers to go alone. Those plants are a real hazard. That Adonis needs to do something soon, or we'll have a real mess on our hands. That's good for nothing. I bet he's just offloading off somewhere. Adonis? Name sounds familiar. Yeah, maybe I mentioned him before. He's like an old childhood friend of mine. He is the keeper of death and rebirth, and a ruler of the 4 seasons. Oh yeah, don't they call him the world representative's right hand? Ever heard of that, Astarte? Right. Both of us are supposed to grow up to serve the world representative, so we were raised together. But at some point, he just up and disappeared. It's like he enjoys making everyone worry about him. I swear when I find him. Hope he's doing alright. I bet he's fine. Knowing how tough and thick-skinned he is, I doubt anything could ever hurt him. He's just too stubborn to die. He's probably just off napping somewhere. So could we talk about something else already? I actually have no idea who Adonis is supposed to be in this. Oh wait, maybe it's Kijimun. He's the only character that's not introduced yet. And plus, supposedly he takes care of plants, and Kijimun seems to be plant-based, so maybe. I'm burning. I'm burning! Scorch me in flames of revenge! The dancing flames of our chef's rule rage across the building site, incinerating everything in their path and clearing any old debris. That's pretty sweet, Rashaf. Pretty good, but I'm better. Yeah! With her supernatural strength, Astarte mows down a swath of overgrown vegetation. Nice! Time to start building! Oh, what's the matter, Seaman?
This is...
The upstairs at cross-section of earth revealed by the fresh digging site, bumbling to himself. Kozar Wakasius, the greatest artisan in Canaan. If you would please lend me some of your expertise. The greatest, you say? Ah, gosh, you really know how to make an engineer want to work hard. And have to prove that I am. You are also the only engineer in Canaan, so please do not feel so great about yourself. Look here, at the start of the land they have dug up. What do you see? That's a sign of fast flooding. There's no mistake about it. It's strange though. I researched the area up and down, and I never found any recordings of flooding. I swear on my name of Sea Lord Yam that I have never flooded this location. Huh? But that doesn't make sense. What's your whole thing? If it wasn't you, then who? Do you have an idea who could have caused this? I am the overlord of the oceans and rivers. At times they overflow and everything is swallowed by their immense power. However, floods and sources other than oceans and rivers. Yam narrows his eyes and looks into the distance. Beyond the group surrounding him, standing there is... Baal, watching Astarte and the others as always. I have nothing in the way of evidence, but doubt holds fast in my heart. Something deep within me which I cannot remember is sounding the alarm. It tells me we must find some way to thwart his surveillance. Yam stares away, up to where the sun's murky light filters through the sea and murmurs to himself. The storm is coming to this underwater land of Canaan. Today was fun, wasn't it? I need a vacation. I'm sorry. You can forgive me, right? Right, Arson? You know, I'm really having fun. I'm enjoying every day. Astarte's smile is just as bright as her hands, scratched and dirty. I'm glad to hear that, but shouldn't you get cleaned up? Your scratches will get infected. Yeah, I know. Last time I got that was when I was a little kid. I never liked it. Did you have many horns? What kind of kid were you? I bet you're the cutest. Seriously though, did you have many horns? You know, Arthur. I don't know why I feel comfortable telling you this, but when I was a kid, I was weak and sickly. Everyone looked after me and coddled me to no end. It didn't bother me, and I loved them for it. But after living like that for so long, the feeling of only taking and never giving became unbearable. That's why I'm over the moon now. You have no idea how happy it makes me to finally be able to give something back. You really love everyone, don't you? Hey, it's not like I dislike you, okay? How could I, after you've been so kind to me? Huh? Why are you grinning like that? You're getting me all flustered. Maybe we can tough it out a little bit longer. I understand what you mean, but... Please, let me savor this feeling for just a few more days. You alright? Pretty please? You've been saying that every day. Smile it away, okay. By Father Dagon summons, I've arrived. Why would he call us all together like this? What's going on?
Sorry to keep you waiting, Lady Astarte, in light of your recent change in status. Father Dagon wishes to directly address all of you with an important message.
Really? I wonder what. Father Dagon awaits within. Everyone, please follow me. Hey, what's up with Yam? He isn't here yet.
Lord Yam dispatched a message here earlier. He sent word that he would not be joining us.
Really? It's strange for him to miss attending something so important.
Welcome, candidates for the throne of world representative. I ask you this. What is the world representative? The citizenry would answer that they are the king, the ruler of this world. But such an understanding is incomplete. A pact has been forged to suppress the truth, and suppressed it has been. Consequently, very few truly understand what a world representative is, and you before me are no different. Yet now, the time has come for me to reveal the truth. I will tell you of the real nature of the world representative, and of their true role in this land of Canaan, where love rules all.
Start day sure is taking a while. Wonder what's so important. Oh, they'll come back to start day. I can't. The start day shows no sign of having noticed your presence. She continues to mumble to herself, her face the ghastly white. Harrison? You try to grab her attention. However, what comes from her mouth is not a greeting, but instead a shriek of horror. Where did that come from? No. It's nothing. Nothing. I'm sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm fine. Totally fine. I have to go somewhere. Astarte. Oh. Am I hearing things? No, you're not just hearing things. It's me. I'm speaking. What? Just like I thought. How curious. There must be some sort of bond between us. Am I seeing double? A boy with purple hair. Your form keeps changing. Right. I knew there was something odd about you from the start. You can see me. I'm Astaroth. I've lent my rule to Astarte and am now part of her. Now I am something like a spirit, I suppose. One that's haunting her. The world representative, a world of love, the most beloved. Lost in her thoughts, Astarte finds herself pacing in circles in the city center of Canaan. Why didn't I ever think that was strange? All the things in the world representative's candidates rules control. Plague spreading like wildfire? Sacrifices to the land. A flood that washes the earth clean. None of those need a king to rule over them. Then why is the fourth one's rule? What are the four rules again? Plagues, sacrifices, and flooding. Was it Baal's? I completely forgot what Baal's rule was. Or Baal, rather. No. More importantly. I'm so sorry. What have I done to you? Oh dear. Amid such a lovely face as yours looks so troubled. It's such a waste, Lady Astarte. Baal! Astarte's expression contorts even further. She strides up to Baal and grabs him by the shoulders. You knew, didn't you? You knew exactly what the world representative was the whole time. If I did, what difference does it make? We're both on the same side now.
If I'd known. If only I'd known. Never would have.
Storm and rain. Oh, is that it? That's like slightly different from Angarosa, I guess. But I guess that a god can technically control that too. Well, I don't know. I don't know what she's getting at here. A god can control all that. Or a world representative, rather.
Whoever would have thought that you would exchange your rule with another? How terribly fortunate. For you, at least. No! I never meant to. Oh, getting cold feet, are we? We can't have that. It's a little rich to regret your choices now, don't you think? After you so eagerly offloaded your burdens onto another. Damn you! Or will you give it back? Can you go back? Can you return to being powerless as you once were? Rather, you have learned what it truly means to be the most beloved.
Astarte's body begins to shake uncontrollably. Tears start to spill down her cheeks.
Supposing you can summon the will, allow me to offer a piece of advice. Should you wish to atone, it is you who must become the world representative. And if I did, what then? What does it matter who it is? They'll still have to do the same thing.
What's happening so far is the 4 candidates for the world representatives. I guess the 5. No, the 4. Yam wasn't present, but 4 of them just learned from Dagon about the true nature of world representatives, which he didn't elaborate on. Baal seems to have known what it was beforehand, and it seems to be implying something bad, maybe possibly some kind of sacrifice will happen with the most beloved, aka the one that the role that Astarte usually used to have, but switched with Arathan, aka me. So it seems like Astarte's having second thoughts about it. And now Baal is making a proposition saying that the only way she can atone is through taking the role of a world representative. That seems to be what the implication is so far. Even though we don't know what exactly is in store for me. The one was the role of the most beloved.
You are correct. No one can change what will become of the world representative. However, you can choose who bears the mantle. You're telling me to make that choice? Yes, indeed. For who else has the right? You could choose one of those so lovely and cared for you in childhood, or perhaps an outsider to this world altogether. Such is the duty blessed with rules. Such is the burden of those who act on behalf of a world system. It is yours, and yours alone. You are the only one who must choose. And if this is not what you want, then you have no business having any power at all.
At Baal's final words, Astarte crumples to her knees. He stands motionless over her, looking down with an icy stare.
I was aware that there were underground passages below Canaan, but I had no idea that they were so extensive. You have worked well, my brethren. Your efforts are worthy of praise. You flatter us, my lord. This discovery would never have been possible without your guidance. I cannot imagine anyone who could have known there was a space like this under Lord Baal's palace. Indeed, I suspect that Baal is hiding something. And that is why you took this chance, now that Lord Baal is away to investigate the catacombs. Once again, I am deeply impressed by your intuition. Nay, your wisdom, see Lord Yam. Intuition is not quite the mark. I have never been here before and yet I have the strangest feeling that this place is familiar to me.
Well, there was no such place in Raiders of the Lost Isle, so I'm not sure how it's familiar to him.
Oh, what's this? An obstruction, clearly placed to stop unwanted visitors from entering, blocks the party's path. Wow, Coon's back! Hooray. Someone has gone through much effort to keep the curious eyes away. What kind of secrets are they trying to conceal within? Wow, everyone really wants to smash Walcoon. Yam brandishes a sacred artifact, and with one blow reduces the obstacles to dust. Oh. Hey, it's Kiji! I know of him only through hearsay, but is this not the missing Lord Adonis? Oh, he was missing. No wonder he didn't appear this entire time. Yam and his companions gently arouse the boy they have found. Tangaroa, I can't eat anymore. Oh, Tangaroa! It's Kijimuna. It's not Lord Adonis, or at least he seems to be retaining the memories. That's really interesting. Let's see how it turns out. Tangaroa. I mean, Kijimuna is a world representative, so his memory shouldn't be washed away, but I'm surprised that Tangaroa forgot in the first place. Kijimuna's sacred artifact was like his banyan leaf or something, or the island itself, one or the other. I forget what Tangaroa's was. Maybe it was his staff or something? Okay, let us continue with episode 4, part 2. Oh wait, let's finish this. It's the life of a boy named Johnny Test. Okay, that's enough. Oh yeah, sorry, that's my confusion. Oftentimes I forget. I mean, they're in their own world. I forget if Tangaroa is a world rep. I mean, I think it says so in the wiki, but it was never clarified. But Kijimuna does have a pillar himself. Tangaroa should have a pillar too. Maybe time isn't incomplete, and he already got his memory mess with him, right? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to remember in the story, the original Raiders of the Lost Isle, if Tangaroa's memories was manipulated in any way. But I do remember that the big twist in Raiders of the Lost Isle, at least one of them, was that they kept on forgetting everything, but Kijimuna remembered every single time. Along with Dagon. Which, you know, begs the question of why Dagon is forgetting too, since his sacred artifact is literal pillars. So, yeah, I don't know about that. But maybe we explained. Yeah, here we are. I, Astaroth, was born to a noble family of another world, Gehenna. So I grew up well educated about a great many things, including the principles that governed our world. Oh yeah, Robinson did remember. I mean, Robinson remembered it, but only because I believe he was able to escape every time. But whereas Kijimuna made a deal with Dagon to keep his memories. Well, maybe I'm misremembering. Oh well. Thus, ever since my early childhood, I knew that I was fated to failure. Every time that I mustered the courage to try and live the way I wanted, the same words, spoken from the mouths of those I should have loved, would thwart my efforts. You will make a fine gentleman one day, they would say, so you must wear these clothes and act just so. This color of clothing will make you look more masculine. Oh, how happy I am to see you grow up so big and strong. All of the worlds came from love, and so, beneath their tender, gentle embrace, my true self was smothered. With love, friendship,
hope, kindness, and generosity. They took my little wish and extinguished its flame. But I know that there is someone on the other side, someone in the opposite position. I thought her beautiful. I was jealous of her body. How I wished I could have been born just as lovely as her. And so I added my voice to the chorus, calling for her to remain as she was. Love, friendship, hope, kindness, even generosity. So many forces work to snuff out the tiny flames burning in our hearts. These things make up the foundation of every world, a system implacable in its simplicity and cruel in its banality. There is no escape from such a system, no matter one's role or rule. So at the very least, I wanted a taste of happiness. I wanted to possess the body I yearned for in a place where nobody knew me. If only I had been able to live out my days here in peace.
Those are Dagon's pillars. Is Dagon actually pictured there? Yeah, he is. I can see his hair.
But in the end, Astarte came to learn what the world representative truly was. And she learned of the choice she must make. In order to make her world last forever, someone must be sacrificed.
Isn't that like El Dorado?
She should not have been surprised. Such things are hardly unusual.
If there are... I see, so... The whole thing was plagues and sacrifice and floods. I mean, they're all directly related to sacrifice, I guess.
If there are those who always subscribe to the majority, surely the opposite must also exist. Those who are always in the minority. Those whose wishes are doomed to be extinguished. Exiles.
Oh, I know too much about that.
Oh boy. That is the true duty of the world representative. To choose who will be banished from their world. I'm sure you, too, must be very familiar with this. After all, this strongest of systems forms the basis of every world. All know it well, and its name is...
Yeah! Yeah! Come on, use your full power, or do you think I'm still just a weakling? Get back up, get up! Stop her, Astarte. This isn't even a fight. Shut up, Arthur! Huh?
With a wave of her arm, Astarte sent you her frail body flying as though it were a leaf in a hurricane.
Arthur! Are you okay? I'm sorry, You know why we don't go at it with you seriously, Astarte? That's because our battles aren't about who can swing the hardest. Everything here in Canaan is based on love, and a world representative's gotta be judged the same way. Or did you really think we stuck to performances all this time because we couldn't hack it?
Her chef glances at the Canaan citizens watching this play.
Shut it! Don't you dare look at me like that!
Astarte turns her back and dashes away as quickly as she can.
Astarte! She's gone!
You close your eyes and recall the events of an evening not too long ago. The smell of sweat and semen in Dagon's chambers.
Astaroth?
Not Astarte. You're a ghost, you say?
Indeed, right now, I'm a part of Astarte.
I've seen you before.
Yes, our eyes have met many times, despite the fact that I am visible to nearly everyone else. Am I different, Smell? Maybe you and I have met somewhere before. Maybe you and I arrived here from the same place. I've been watching you this whole time, and you have accompanied Astarte. I had no intention of speaking with you myself, but... Then, why are we talking now? There's a reason, right? Something's changed, hasn't it? All I wanted was to become Astarte for a while and live out my fantasy in peace. What do you mean become? That form. What's going on here? I let her borrow my power, my rule of the serpent. At that moment, I became a part of her. That is why she can assume this form as well. She and I shared everything. Our good times and our bad times. Our happiness and our sadness. I wanted to be just like her. In her, I saw the loveliness I had wanted for so long. If I could not have it, at least I could borrow for a little while. I had just so longed for this body. Astaroth's hand trembled as he speaks, belying his seeming nonchalance. You want to laugh at me, I'm sure. You want to laugh at me, I'm sure. You want to laugh at my twisted desires. Go on, laugh at this deviant little dream of mine, at how I take comfort in something not mine, at how ridiculous I am. I won't. Why not? I think in some way, I'm the same as you. You unsheathe your sword and look over its now dulled blade, feeling its weight that is far too great for you to wield. You try to remember its brightness when you met Astarte and how light it felt to brandish, but you find that you can't. All of the knowledge and technique that once came to you so naturally is now gone. Not that you had ever earned it. Perhaps it had always belonged to someone else. Perhaps it was never yours. Perhaps. But... thanks to you, I think I realized something important. And what's that? The pain Astarte felt. Her profound sadness. Her pain. Her sadness. The pain of being weak. And the agony of low expectations. I think I get it now. And that means something. Well, I think so anyway. The way Astarte felt. I felt the same too. So I won't laugh at you. Even if something is borrowed, there's value in your meeting. Yes. You can see Astaroth's form wrapped up within that of Astarte, but you can't quite discern which of the two is weeping. I've always just resigned myself to this. That's why I never really care about anything or anyone else. But she is me. She's the same as I was, and her tears are the same as mine. I want to help her, but I'm just a ghost. I'm nothing but memories. I can't do anything. So please, please, please help her. I beg you. Wait, Akata would be... oh yeah, Johnny Test. Ah, who are you? Hey, that's my bow! What are you doing with... whoa! The intruder sensed Johnny Test flying was a standing power before vanishing from sight, bow in hand. Thief! Where are you taking my bow? Oh, what's going on? What's all the racket? Oh? You awaken to a sudden commotion nearby. You stand and make for the door, but something collides with you the second you open it. Robinson lacks image permanence.
The term is object permanence, but I get what joke you mean. For a moment, the intruder's face is illuminated in the faint moonlight filtering down from above. Yeah, that's right. And then, just as quickly as they appeared, they dash off toward the outskirts of the city, bow firmly in their grasp. Wasn't that?
Hey, you didn't see any shooting tips last year, did you? They stole my bow! Dang it! I've got to get it back.
Even though it's right there in your sprite.
Your bow's literally right there.
I'm too fast now for you to chase me down. So how did you know I was here, Arthur? This is a lucky guess. This is a fine bow. Definitely the masterful work of Kotar Wakasis. I probably can't use its rule, but as long as I've got a weapon, I can fight. Astarte, why are you doing this? You don't need that bow anymore. Why? Because this was meant for me. I wanted it for so long. Now I'm satisfied. Or are you going to try to get it back? Now I guess you've got a reason to fight me for real, huh? Astarte. Whoa! Was there a serpentine strength? Astarte pins you down in the blink of an eye. Just as I thought. Fine. I'll return it to you, Arison. Astarte then removes the accessory that you had been wearing. At the exact second the ornament leaves her hand. It returned? I have the power!
I have the power!
That bauble marks you as the most beloved. They with no power of their own. They who live only to be loved by others. So, with it gone, we can finally engage in a proper battle. Since that day when I witnessed your power, I've wanted to fight you with everything I've got. But don't underestimate me. I still have the Inquisitor's power. And I still have the spell made by Kotar Wakasis. So do you understand that you can't afford to go easy on me? It's time to go all out. Pull your punches and it's over for you, Arison. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. The power of God and Anme at her side. Well, she did make a contract with the demon, so maybe power of God isn't too far-fetched. And I guess she is kind of drawing her to herself. So Anme too. I did get it's a reference, but I actually forgot exactly where it came from. Gotta love those sword slash sound effects. You and Astarte lie on the ground, chests heaving after the conclusion of your climax. That was good. I never knew that the stars were this pretty. I've never, ever felt like this before. Thank you. Thanks for fighting me with everything you have. To be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought that if I became the world representative, it would make me feel complete. But I guess not. You know, I don't know if I wanted to become a boy or something else entirely, something new. To be honest, I still don't know what the answer to that. But I do know I wanted to throw everything I had at you, win or lose. Even if this power isn't truly mine, I'm glad I could learn something from it before the end. As Astarte takes out something and presses it into your hand, you look to your palm and to your surprise, see a small seashell. Astarte, when you say the end, I can't do it. I can't be the one to smother someone else. How can I, when I've spent so long knowing what it's like to be suffocated? I know it has to be done, but that doesn't help. I just couldn't bring myself to choose. Smother someone? What are you? So instead, I'll do this. Astarte takes the horn decoration and places it on her head, before smiling back at you. Someone must accept this role, but I won't force it on anyone else. I can't. Someone has to do it, but I just can't choose. I really am a weakling, aren't I? You know, if there's a life after this one. Rain begins to fall in heavy droplets, a merciful shower seeping gently into the earth. And it gradually grows heavier. So rain was responsible by Baal, wasn't it? I wish I could be reborn as someone stronger. Then finally, you and I could. Rain continues to fall over the underwater civilization of Canaan, gradually gaining intensity like the tears of the Heavenly Queen. Lady Astarte! Lady Astarte! The most beloved is weeping. How do they know? Just from rain? Why, Heavenly Queen? Oh, why?
Are you saying that this world can't make you happy? It's raining. Father Dagon, this means. Indeed, the heavens themselves, like the citizens of Canaan, wait for the Heavenly Queen. However, this means Baal? No, Baal.
Such grace, such compassion. Drop by drop, the Canaanites spill their tears from the heavens. Love forms the foundation of this world, and beloved by all is the Heavenly Queen. Devote thyself to demons, covet that which belongs to others. Love whom thou wilt, for all is permitted in the name of love. But what if someone could not find happiness even so? What if someone were to find fault in this perfect world? Then this world of Canaan would not be so perfect after all. Its very foundation would be falsified. Such a thing must not come to pass. It would overturn the world as we know it. So these flames of doubt must be snuffed out before they can catch. These memories of woe must be smothered. Our sacred covenant decrees we must conceal that which is truthful. And so I shall. Is it too late?
No, there's still time. Let's hurry.
Aye, Tanjiro. I'll give it my all.
The heavy rains continue unabating as you watch the entire land of Canaan begins to disappear underwater. It's a flood? What in the world? The waves sweep you off your feet, trying to wash you far, far away.
Ah! Astarte, run!
Arathan. Astarte thrusts Johnny Cast's bow into your hands and smiles warmly.
Goodbye. And thank you, Arathan.
I'm so glad I met you. Please promise me you'll escape this place.
No, Astarte!
Astarte summons up the last of her power to fling you toward the top of a lofty hill. Not a moment later, she is swallowed by the muddy waves and disappears from view.
How all of Canaan wishes for your happiness, dear Lady Astarte. Oh, how they wish to take away your despair. Now, let's gather up all that love, enough to fill a kingdom, and erase your sadness. All of that love, that friendship, that hope, that generosity, all of it, in great enough volume, it will be powerful enough to obliterate any minority. And that power you so yearn for will become nothing, along with everything else. Such is this world's founding principle, and its name. Oh yes, I know it well. I, the occupant of the highest seat in the hexagram. I, the judge, the arbitrator. Its name is maturity rule. Astarte!
You dash off, chasing the flow of the muddy waters that have taken Astarte. It seems that everyone has been captivated by Astarte's sadness, that it seemed to have overruled the premise of love, so some sort of cataclysm is happening as a result. It's a bit hard for me to wrap my head around, but we'll keep on progressing.
I can make it. I can make it.
You run like you've never run before, until your heart feels as if it bursts and your legs might fall off your body. You stretch your arms out into the torrent and grab hold of Astarte's hand as tightly as you can, but... Suddenly, beach house and various tidal waves catch you.
Ah! I won't let you!
But just as you lose your balance and topple towards the floor...
Sorry I'm late, Nathan!
You got it, Kijimura?
Ah, he really is back. Tanjiro's back. All right, so finally we're gonna see what the hell is going on. Why everyone's acting out roles?
Oh, the Tanjiro! A little storm like this ain't nothing to worry about. It's Banyan Haka!
Boggers. Episode 5, Part 1. Let's go. True that, Hermes, true that. It's a darn shame that we got Kijimuna. Oh well. Yeah, Kijimuna has always been powerful in the stories. The only reason, like, it's just that he's like an aloof personality that kind of just chillaxes and would rather just do nothing. For example, that supposed deal he made with Dagon in Raiders of Lost L1, where if he didn't interfere, he would be able to keep his powers, or his memories. It was suspected that the only reason that deal was made was because it wasn't actually Dagon didn't actually have the capability of erasing his memories. Well, obviously he couldn't because he had a pillar. So he kind of just had to like play along with that deal. But yeah, Kijimori was like Dagon's main threat in that story, and he was just keeping it by keeping his friends in that classroom. Highly recommend anyone who hasn't read that story check it out. Here we are. Episode 5, Old Promises. I can't believe they made Bale say, down to all minorities. Well, Bale, let's be honest, if there was a person like Bale in real life, he would be that kind of kind of person.
Well now, who would have thought that there'd be such a huge space hidden beneath somewhere so familiar?
Wait, this is just Teacher Dagon. What the fuck? Is this the gateway between the two locations? Between Canaan and the regular world of Tokyo? The eyes of Dagon and of the old ones shine with joy at the sight of the natural splatters before him. I wonder if they're ever going to explain why the heck Dagon is like just regularly a professor at that academy, because I'm pretty sure they like banished him in Vedas of Lost Hell.
I know you're there, Bale. Baal, show yourself. Indeed I am, Father. I have just returned after fulfilling my duty. The great flood is in progress as we speak, and soon the world will be washed clean. Oh, come, Father, you need not frown so. I have merely completed the duty of the world representative of Canaan in your stead, as you are currently under watch. Please do not forget that if I had not done this, you would have had to. The world representatives, pillars of all that is just, have vital duties to perform at the downfall of the world. Still, you make little effort to do so. It has become increasingly obvious that you have given up on this world. I am not given up, as you put it. I simply wish to accept the consequences of my choices my children have made. Even if those consequences should include your downfall, Father. See, this is why you weren't released in this event. You must realize that it would leave me in quite the predicament if it were to come to that. Well, I still require you to be in good health. For now. Baal says the last part in a voice too quiet for any to hear, before turning to Dagon with exaggerated distress. Oh, not to mention the inconvenience it would cause you as well, Father. Surely you must know this. I do understand, and yet. But there is a solution to all this, Father. Simply allow me to inherit the role of world representative. I would fulfill all of my duties splendidly. What do you think? No. The time is not yet right. Besides, it is not for me to decide. The mantle of world representative must be bestowed by the most beloved.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes. Of course. I'd assumed you had said as much.
Meaning you intend to soon recreate that tragedy for the sake of only one. At least until you have completed your mission, yes? Is it buffering? I don't think it's buffering. It's fine. It's fine. If you see it like me not talking at any point, that's just because, like, I'm not speaking. As long as you can hear the music, then you know it's not buffering.
The actors in your tragedy will be arriving here shortly. The explanations can be left to you, I trust.
Alright, sweet. Thank you for the feedback. Rain pours down in sheets, as if the very ocean above were falling. Pretty. Flooding the lands as the water levels continue to rise. The time is not right, Dagon says, effectively delaying Bale's release by a year. True that. I mean, I like Bale's existence in this, what's called, in this event, merely because it means the event doesn't have to go on sucking the dick of the new character for every episode. Rather, they can have an actual protagonist that's not just mental health issues or some stupid shit like that. Not saying that mental health issues are stupid, I'm saying the fact that it's always mental health issues every time. With a new character specifically it's a problem. The torrent rushes in like a beast, trying to engulf the entire world. Already, the city of Canaan is cut off. And trapped by the rising water, its residents are overtaken by hysteria. A giant boulder falls towards a densely crowded street, borne on the back of a sudden landslide.
Not on my watch.
Just in time, though, Moloch jumps in front of it and turns it into rubble with his rule.
Lord Moloch, thank you, Clay Lord. All right, everybody, calm down. I want a nice, orderly evacuation. No pushing or running. The Imperial Palace is the highest point in the city, so that's where we're going. You've got your instructions. Now follow them. I can't believe it. It actually happened. I'm glad we scraped together an evacuation plan just in case.
The residents of Canaan make for Dagon's palace under the orders of Kotarwa Cassis.
Do you think Astarte and the others are alright? I don't see them. I'm sure. At least one of them is alright. Arthur, I mean. Guess you must feel too, huh? Yeah, I can't put my finger on it, but it is as though the seashells of promise I gave him is telling me Arthur is alive.
I do not remember you giving me seashells of promise.
Kotarwa Cassis, Chef, you think so too? I feel the same way. I don't know about everyone else, but I know he'll do everything he can. Which means we gotta put in the effort as well. Allow us to lend our assistance as well. You're Lord Yan's followers. Is he alright? He is well, but otherwise occupied. In his absence, he has ordered us to help you in any way he can. We left just after the Sea Lord hurried off to help his consort, Arathon. And I'll just go ahead and pretend I didn't hear that last part. We can use all the help we could get. Damn it! Where's Bahal? That flake's never around when you need him. Not to mention... Arathon.
At his shout, a massive tree springs forth, causing the wind to swirl around it. It spreads and grows in all directions, catching you in its leafy confines. Ugh. As though with a mind of their own, its branches stretched towards Astarte, coiling and twisting around her just as the flood was about to sweep her away. Astarte! I'm glad you're okay. That was awesome. The young boy with tan skin flashes you a beaming smile. Ah. A rule that controls plants. Are you Adonis? Wait. No! That smile. I know you. Nomad, I'm sure he'll do all he can. Yeah. Ah, Kiji Muna. He's a good boy. Well, highly recommended. He's like one of the star characters. Very important role in the story. And also one of the saddest, what's called special quest in the end. I remember you. I met you once before. MC literally does nothing but gets saved. I mean, one way or another, the MC is gonna find a way to get out of the situation. He always does. How could I forget? You're not Adonis, you're... You shout to the boy as you cling to a bough of the tree for dear life. Kijimuna! Memories of the days you once spent on an island paradise began to flood your brain. Whoa! Okay, the thing with this is that this isn't just remembering Kijimuna. This is restoring memories that were actually lost after the events of the event. So it's not like he lost his memories here when he entered Canaan. He lost these memories way before then. Before the end of, like, at the end of the Raiders of the Lost Ark, they returned back to Tokyo from, I believe, Tangaro's island, or was it Kijibuna's, one or the other. And then all of a sudden they were, like, they just forgot everything because for some reason or another, it was treated as a battle zone or something. So the fact that he's remembering it here is interesting. I really wonder why. I hope they explain it. Because all those memories should have been erased in that battle zone.
Arthur?
Kijimuna! Alright, he gets a big hug.
There. It's okay now. I missed you too. Hakuna Matata.
I'm pleased you're safe, blessed of my island. Tangaroa?
You're not Yam. You're Tangaroa.
Tangaroa gives you a stern nod.
Indeed, I am Tangaroa, creator of Lumia Kanaloa, the world which floats on seas. I am the same Tangaroa with whom you and your friends spent your days upon that hidden island.
Tom kept repeating there. I loved you all. The AR. AR is in the actual story. I don't remember that happening though. This happened though. They were building construction. We need more AR cameos in events and stories. Because, like, sometimes they're just OG events, but other times they actually represent events that happen in the story.
Have your memories come back to you then?
Kind of wish they went back to all the past events and all the re-releases and just insert the AR for whenever it's applicable. Like, for example, in the scene with Astarte helping out Asterios from the rebel, that's an AR too now. So it would have been nice if they added it.
Yeah, I remember everything.
Why did I forget? Can't believe I forgot you.
We all did. We forgot the days we spent as a family, the joys and sorrows we shared. And at some point we found ourselves forced to play roles other than ourselves.
See, Lord Yam, I remember that too. Do you remember loving me?
Do not bring such things up in front of me. Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember. I remember everything I did when I was not myself.
This is very different. I feel like there's one other story where we're playing roles. Oh yeah, Desert Journey. Oh, that in that case is complete, like, volitional that they're playing roles. So this is just a unique case where they're playing roles.
Does that answer satisfy you? We can speak more in depth when we're alone. I'm sure you must feel the same, Arthur.
We should start with determining what each other knows and figure out where to go from there.
Please, tell me.
I wish to know what has befallen you since you came to this place.
But first, I'll tell you what I know about what has happened to your friends. I'm sure you must be worried. I met Robinson before I came here. He has also recovered his memories, and the two of us exchanged information.
Robinson? Man, I'm glad he's okay.
As you wish, Prince Johnny Test. But are you sure you don't need us to guard you? Yes, thank you. It'll be fun from here. There's something I need to investigate. I'm already used to acting on my own, so it'll be easier for me this way. Don't worry, even if I don't have all my memories, I've managed to glean a little about what's going on here. Wait, he got his memories back? Somehow he got his memories back. What the fuck? The fuck? Memories? Besides, you have yours from Tangaroa.
Tangaroa? Who's that? The one who has given me any orders is Lord Yam. Well, whatever. My next duty is to evacuate everyone. Stay safe, Prince Johnny Test.
Prince a Cat, huh? I wonder why I just accepted such a weird identity. I mean Johnny Test, Prince Johnny Test.
I mean, yeah, but I figured that was incidental based on, Kijimuna's presence. Tangaroa got his memories back after meeting Kijimuna, and MC got his memories back the moment he saw Kijimuna. But Johnny Test here is nowhere near Kijimuna, so I don't know. Not Johnny Test. It is accepted. And there's his Paratuki.
Good grief, I got carried away so easily.
Aren't you better at keeping your memories, Robinson? Like, in the last event, you were so good at, avoiding Dagon's tentacles. Well, I guess in this case, it's not really a single cause. It's more like the entire location's causing. I don't know what caused the memory loss in the first place. We're still not there yet.
Well, I guess I should get moving.
This is after Tangaroa saw Robinson. Well, wait, when did what? There was no period of time between Tangaroa meeting Kijimuna and Tangaroa going at rescuing the protagonist just now was Kijimuna. There was no period of time where Robinson was there. That's kind of random, but well, maybe it was just an off-scene kind of thing. Don't gaslight me.
That showed the unreliable captain and the others just what a seasoned castaway can do.
Yeah, see, off screen, like I said, there's no way I could have known that. It was inferred. So. And even then, it might not even happen. That's just guessing at this point. Robinson's head fills with memories of the days he spent on the faraway island.
Looks like we got the evacuation mostly handled.
What happened to Father Dagon, though? You'd think he'd be doing something about that, but I haven't seen him. Lord or Chef, Lord Moloch, come with us, please.
Huh? That's the way to Father Dagon's throne. Why are we heading there?
Well, he's away, and we thought it'd be cool if he sat there.
Where did Father Dagon go?
And the throne is empty, devoid of the large form that usually sits upon it, in its place. Thank goodness the mermaids and mermen are safe from the water.
Now that you mention it.
Very, very perceptive, Hermes.
What's this giant hole doing down here? Was this always underneath the throne?
Everyone looks to Kozar Wakasis, the architect of the palace.
How should I know? This is as new to me as it is to you. Do you remember living in a palace called Tokyo before you came here to Canaan, Arthur?
Tokyo? And somehow we're getting our memories back in Tokyo too. What the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? Yeah, I think so. We live in Tokyo.
Everyone started acting real weird just after we arrived here from Tokyo. I kept trying to tell Tangaroa he wasn't Yam.
Everyone started acting real just after we arrived here from Tokyo. Oh, so Kijimuna was the first one to realize this. I see. And he was like, these people have seen him before. So, and there is a timeline here. It's not some parallel world. At some point, they were absconded all the way to Canaan. I mean, it seemed like that was the most obvious explanation, but it's good to have confirmation. Ballazone.exe has stopped working, restoring memories down, pretty much.
I told Nomad too, and Asterius, and Kuragane, and Robinson.
Kijimuna, the OG. See, Kijimuna is such an important role in all the story season. It's just like, dear wonder why he's not, like, he doesn't exist in main quest.
Then one day, someone came and snatched me away. I just slept where they take me like a baby until Tangaroa came and saved me.
You were kidnapped? Did he hurt you? Are you alright?
Ah, you're sweet. Thanks for caring about me. Well, there was lots to eat and drink there, and it was delicious. You know, until I met you, I just lived the days away on my island, alone with the banyan trees. So, I'm fine.
So just like on the island, we've all just kept forgetting everything that happened? But why just you? Why didn't you lose your memories? On that island, wasn't it the same?
Have you forgotten what Dagon said when you met him on that island?
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen it. Hi, the OG Dagon art, it never existed. About pillars. He said pillars retain their memories.
Exactly. Think of the world like a clamshell, which would be my sacred artifact, that pillar. The pillar is the muscle in the middle, holding together the earth and the sky.
More lore explanation. I might slow down here a bit.
As long as the world itself remains, the pillar will withstand any cataclysm that comes its way.
Michael needs someone to give him memory so he can probably sharing. Maybe. And he's already strong enough force on his own without his memories, apparently.
Much like Dagon himself, for he possesses a pillar artifact.
Dagon? Daddy?
He is the Dagon we know, from that island. A mastermind of that entire incident. Had it not been for Kijimuna's intervention.
Wait. Damn, it's too far. I was wondering if he actually talked to Dagon. I can't remember if Kijimuna actually shot him.
Had it not been for Kijimuna's intervention, we would never have realized we had lost our memories. If you assume that the same Dagon from Island was the one to imprison Kijimuna, everything comes into focus. It can be no coincidence that the Dagon there and the Dagon here share the same name and appearance. Dagon and Baal. I have no doubt that these two are responsible for this destruction.
Alright, let's find Dagon first. Unlike Baal, we actually know where his headquarters are. We know where he is. To the Imperial House. I saw Michael in this event, and I literally was like,
Leave it alone! You've done enough damage!
Flashbacks to the end of chapter 8. He only appeared in the first split second in the beginning. Well, you know, that just goes to show you how overwhelming a difference in information makes in terms of, like, getting, like, totally wrecked. What's it called? All the things we learned, the revelations of chapter 8 and the loops and all that was all brand new and, like, hit us like a truck when it first came. But now it's just commonplace now, and now everyone, like, we're making sense of everything and how people plan ahead for it and how people use that information to their advantage. But back then, it was just so out of nowhere that the damage Michael did really seemed to hurt more than, like, it probably actually was in his eyes. It was probably just, like, business as usual, like every other loop.
However, what about Astarte? I do not recall her from our time on the island. I feel that somewhere in there lies the key to all this.
Alright, Astarte. Thank goodness she's okay. Yeah, information is key in this game. For sure. Doesn't matter how strong you are, if you can just, like, if you have information ahead of time, you know, you can, like, manipulate people without before they even have the chance to use their strength.
Huh?
Asteros?
Huh? Wait, what? My body's back to normal. Then, where's Astarte?
Okay, just walking casually back as if there was no flood. After your close shave with the floodwaters, you and your friends return to the underwater city of Canaan, but... Hello? Anyone here? Where is everyone? It's like a ghost town.
There's not a soul here. What's going on?
But there's no one here. Did everyone get swept away?
Seems that way. It's too quiet and it's creeping me out.
We finished searching for the other side of the city as well. There is no one to be found. The only one place to search would be Dagon's Imperial Palace. Let's go.
Is it okay if I come with you? Wherever you're going. Astarte might be there too, so...
You have literally followed us here already, so just keep coming.
If she is, I need to. I have to.
Talk to her.
I don't know yet. I've always cared so much about myself that there was no room to care about any others.
Twitter in a nutshell.
But this time, we are talking about my other self. I want to see her, and we should talk things out. It might not be for her sake, but I need to do this for myself.
Let's go find Astarte.
Thanks. You're pretty nice.
Another version of yourself, That reminds me of Sea Lord Yam.
Tangaro's thoughts returned to only hours ago, when he had been living inside a constructed character. Without one thought comes another.
Sea Lord Yam's vassals. Perhaps they too are different beings inside.
What's going on?
A giant hole. Did Dagon fall through it?
I don't have any proof. It's just a feeling, but... something is telling me Astarte's inside that hole.
My seashell of promises? Your seashell of promises has begun to glow, almost as if trying to remind you of your connection to Astarte.
We will be guided by the connections we have made here in Canaan.
Let's keep going. I don't know why there are footsteps even though we fell down.
This area resembles a cavern beneath Baal's palace where Kijimuni was imprisoned. So, Baal and Dagon truly are working together.
Hey, everyone, look over there.
Oh, there's the other... Oh wait, never mind, they're just mermaids. Into the distance, you see a vast underground space filled with writhing humanoid figures.
Those are the citizens of Canaan. They all escaped.
Oh, wait. Stay back. Look closer, Arson.
You take a second look and find that the figures you had thought corporeal are in fact only shadows.
Ha! Kijimuna, you okay? It's cold. Our hearts are coming into me and they're freezing.
Did Kijimura have that power? I think Kijimura did have that power, actually, to be able to see into people's hearts. That's how they found Asterios in his labyrinth in the original Raiders of Lost Isle, if I recall correctly. But then I don't remember him really using that power ever again, besides that point. I think it had to do with him being able to trace all life with his trees. So that power really showed any work on his island. Are we on his island right now? I'm weird. Kind of confused right now.
Do you remember when I first came up to talk to you in the underwater city? These people, they're like I was the shadows with no bodies. Like you back then. And they're just memories.
You look down at the feet of those shadows, and for the first time, notice the countless unconscious bodies beneath them. Ooh.
Oh, do you see that?
The shadows float above the pile of bodies as if growing from them. They seem to you like ghosts that have slipped free of their mortal hosts.
Who are those people?
Wait, I think I've seen them before.
I know them. They are the people of my homeland, Lumia Kanaloa.
The tribesmen of the OG attributes. that are much less bara, more twinkish. The new ones are better. The ones from the village. No. So Yam's followers. Were these people all along? Sea Lord Yam! Sea Lord Yam! Where are you? It's so dark, I can't see! What's happening? This gnawing sadness. I feel like I'm freezing. Ah! The shadows scream, their pent-up grief overflowing, and rush towards you. Kijimuna cowers on the ground, and Tangoro steps in front of him to protect him. Stay back, Kijimuna. Keep behind me. Cue battle sequence? It's a long part. Very appropriate music. Ooh. I wonder how it'll turn out. Good luck with that fan kit. Kind of wondering about, like, Astaroth's kit now, in terms of their charges. Because 3 star is supposed to represent Astaroth, and her 4 star is supposed to represent Astarte. And based on that, it seems like somehow in the middle of it, they lend their powers from each other. So Astaroth is supposed to be, like, the one who's strong, and that's why he's regularly a damage dealer. I mean, not really, but I guess he can poison people and attack them at the same time. But he's better as a support, basically what he wants to be, which is on charge, which is what happens when he charges, he turns into an untype. The inverse is true for the 4 star, where the Astarte starts off as a non-range. Well, anyways, it's pretty interesting like that. It is said that long ago in a distant ocean, Tangaroa Kairyu created an island and its inhabitants from his own flesh and blood. I'm still trying to finish reading the event. I left off on the one after the part you've just finished. I keep getting interrupted though. Sucks. When he was done, the few bones that remained of him were passed on to these people, and his memories along with them. That's right, Tangaroa isn't actually his name. Rather, it's the name of the chieftain that is passed down from generation to generation. The pool of memories, I guess. This sacred artifact and the memories it housed were inherited by the strongest, most able warriors among the people. Hey, Abenja. Nice to see you. For generations, this warrior was bestowed with the name of Tangaroa and the duty to lead the people as their chief. Tangaroa is the name of the chieftain. It's not necessarily the name of the individual here specifically. It's the name of the chieftain whose memories are passed down from like generation to generation. The duty would be arduous. Burdened with his people's very lives, this warrior would walk no easy path. And the thing that's actually keeping his memories is that staff he's holding. So I was thinking, was he not holding that staff the entire time? Is that why he wasn't able to keep his memories? Well, it's still a mystery. Even so, this man treads it still, not because it was forced upon him, but of his own free will. Like, every pillar from Raiders of the Lost Isle seems to have lost their memories somehow. I mean, then again, Tangaroa lost his memories then too, now that I think about it. It's weird. But again, Kijimon retained his, even though he was there from the beginning, just like everyone else. Maybe it's just because... Maybe they are on his island. Not sure. Even so, this man treads still, not because it was forced upon him, but of his own free will. He could have given up his life as a warrior, or else shirked his training to become the strongest. Instead, he chose to become Tangaroa. Dagon's kit makes it seem like enemies are sinking, but Robinson's Canaan buff removal is a nod to his rule of separation. True. Robinson was always just a step away from empty in terms of the similarity of repairs. I believe they both had the rule of the Wanderer, and they had slightly different rules, but they're pretty similar, to be honest. Rule of rending was the protagonist's, and rule of separation was Robinson, something like that. Which is like exactly the same thing if you think about it. Rending is just like separation, another word for separation. It's weird how they can get away with that. Oh well. Although they seem to have phrased it slightly differently, or like pointing out the nuances in the first event. But I can't remember what those nuances are now, if you're gonna ask me. In his heart, he knew that he lived only by the grace of the blood, sweat, and tears of those who had come before him. His birth was due to their efforts and struggles. As such, he felt he owed them a debt. He would inherit the identity of Tangaroa and protect the world, for this island was the world to him. However, the day eventually came when his island was assaulted by invaders from a different world. Even with all of Tangaroa's knowledge at his disposal, he was helpless before this hitherto unthinkable crisis. Triton does not exist. In the end, salvation came in the form of other visitors from outside his world. The island of Tangaroa's birth, entrusted him by generations past, was saved from destruction by another's hand. And on that day, Tangaroa's world expanded to include the lands beyond his own shores. To be fair, yeah, it's true. The protagonist does have 24 different kinds of endings. Like, I believe, what's it called? His powers refer to 24 different souls or something, and like the power to cut gravity, it's not just an extension of this thing, it's a specific one of those 24, I believe. Random cases like cutting a string and keeping it away. Separation cut it but doesn't keep it away from each other. I guess, I don't know. Sure. They're all synonyms, to be honest. Kijimura, my body is shaking. I'm so cold. What the heck? We were attacked by shadows, and that's what happened. The memories of Yam's words begin to flood into your hearts. See, Lord Yam, you who created us from your flesh and blood. See, Lord Yam, you who forged us and raised us from nothing. See, Lord Yam, you who poured your entire being into this world of Canaan. You who cultivated life in Canaan. You who are our oceans and streams. You are our great, vast seamen. This world, though, is wrong. The Canaan you loved so much no longer exists. We have finally remembered. You created us, raised us, and yet we have offered you nothing in return. For we have been unable to pass on the gifts we have received to others. How can we live with this regret, with this sadness? Wait, I lied. 23. He's missing. Well, 23. It's always something like that. He's missing the rule that cleaves through defeat, because the soul that he had given up his soul just before his fight was certain He's missing the rule that cleaves through defeat, because the soul that had that gave up his sword just before his fight with Searcher in his respective world. Is that the case? I didn't know that. Don't tell me that's spoiler, or that's something you're just supposed to look into. Because the soul had that rule gave up his sword just before his fight. I vaguely remember something like that, but maybe not. Something like Golden Burst, the story is related to that too. Yeah, where are Golden Burst yet? The regrets and sorrow of the warriors clot your heart.
Can't breathe. Such grief. Canaan is already gone?
Ah, I see now. It is just as Dagon said. This Canaan is a doomed world. That which has already been destroyed is beyond salvation.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, but I didn't... I don't remember him giving up his rule. I just remember that he just gave up or something. Well, I guess he gave the sword to Gullenbursty? Something like that. He left his sword with Gullenbursty, which, okay, now that's making sense. If he left his sword with Gullenbursty, and that sword was supposed to be the thing that actually contains the rule per se, then... So what was inherited by MC was the soul of the guy, but not the rule which he had forsaken. That's interesting. Very specific. Oh, no spoiler, lol. Unless you didn't read the... I read it, or Chapter 8, because Search explained it. I mean, I read Chapter 8, but that was like at least a couple years ago. It's been a while.
I do not feel that I have fully repaid you for the time you saved my homeworld, Arthur. However, please, if you can forgive me for what I am about to do.
What are you?
Those are warriors. They are me. They are the me who failed to inherit my world. You saved me. You, who came from a different world. Now, it is my turn to be the one doing the saving. I don't think I can leave them to suffer.
Tangaroa turns to the shadows and begins walking towards him, arms open wide and defenseless. Yeah, reading up on main story is just like that thing that's always my checklist again, but like I never actually do it. Whatever.
Warriors of Canaan, give me your regret, your sorrows. I will bear them all. Come with me, and I will take you to the outside world. For as I am Tangaroa, so too am I Sea Lord Yam.
The warrior shadows are sucked into Tangaroa's body and vanish. I mean, I don't even remember them saying that it was specifically the role of that cleaves through defeat. But maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. And maybe I didn't see the implication of how that relates to his other roles. Or his souls.
Tangaroa, you're bleeding all over. Stop! You can't take them all!
God, Tangaroa is such a masochist in both GoGo stories. I don't remember him being quite the masochist in GoGo one, but I do remember that he had a similar kind of story plot going on with him loving his children. That is his fellow tribes member. So Tangaroa accepted the memories of those who were abandoned by their own world into himself. Tangaroa, Kairyu, and Sea Lord Yam, two deities graced to his the role to create and nurture worlds. So that's it. If they share the same role, I suppose that means they can accept the memories of the other's followers. I'm hardly one to talk, but he's a little less worried about himself than he should be. Oh, it's Dagon.
After all, a single body is only meant to hold a single heart. Stuff too much into any container and it will begin to crack. That's unavoidable. His fissuring body must be exploding with pain right about now. Just moving would be dangerous in his state, to say nothing of fighting. And this music again. I know that voice. You're... Dagon! So, you finally come, Arthur. Do you like my glow up?
Well, it looks like all the parts we're going to be going through are pretty long. And finally, that was a long part. We will be going through episode 5, part 2. Treated variant, real.
Reality is shaped by majority rule. No world is an exception. In other words, the beliefs of the minority have never been accepted. In which case, I wonder how this world appeared to you, the loneliest in all the world. As an ancestor who inherited a world, I must ask. To you, Astarte, was this promised land of Canaan nothing more than a hopeless purgatory of pain and lies? How did it feel to see your sweet consort, once your dearest friend, transformed by the role of representative? Now that I think about it, this world of Canaan was doomed to be destroyed from the very moment of its creation.
Okay, I'm starting to see the ties to the old ones now.
This world prizes love above all else. Canaan's system revolves around love. But what is love? There are many answers, but the majority would likely say it is to make the object of your affections happy. However, in this world, the feelings of the most beloved are as a candle in the wind before the majority's expectations.
Yeah, love takes on a lot of definitions. I really hate when people are like, that's not love. Love is X. Love is... No, fuck that. It's like, as Azazel says, so too this is love. But for real, like actually. It's really just this convenient word that, you know, it kind of loses meaning in a sense, but that's really what it is. It means different things to different people, and denying it in other people is just an extremely selfish, small worldview. Well, besides that, it's like, there's more to relationships and love as well. So, it's a complicated topic. While the people are sincere in their love, the world will never accept your desires. And so, you sank to despair and gave up on living your own life. Each and every time, without fail. You understand now, do you know? So it's like, it was the system of this world Canaan, by making it revolve around love, it ended up being a contradiction, fundamentally, just because of how ambiguous the word love can be, and how the majority's take on love ends up not going against, the best wishes of what the minority wants, the minority who is loved. Do you not? You, who are my other self, my envoy from the deep, abysmal world of the old ones. I see, so he's talking to Dagon, maybe? The other Dagon.
Love is the foundation of Canaan, and it fell because that foundation crumbled. To hold love in the highest regard is to destroy the one who receives it. Our house is built upon sand. And once a majority in this world came to believe such, Canaan was destroyed. The system of majority rule has no room for desires or emotions. It simply enacts a prevailing beliefs. When the majority believes that this world should be destroyed, the world will truly fall to ruin. You said to yourself, the sealed world of the Old Ones was created solely to amuse its world representative, as it doth. Huh. Which means that you Old Ones and your world representative met the same end as Canaan, our most beloved. It is not hard to imagine, no doubt being loved and coddled by the world over and over again led to its demise. Oh, sorry. Hit my mic by accident. So the Old Ones is apparently it was created to amuse its world representative Azathoth, so that's what its foundation is. It comes as no surprise. I'm sure it's something that happens in many worlds. Even now, I am sure that someone out there has been driven into a corner by their own world and is giving up on living.
They mentioned in main quest that Michael mentioned in main quest that the Old Ones was in a way destined for defeat. And in fact, I believe that's what the chapter is called. Or the entire part, actually, those destined for defeat or something like that. Simply because they were broken from the beginning based on Azathoth. So, not entirely sure, but it seems to be related to Azathoth's soul here, of why it's defeated. It me. We love lore, yeah. But while I wish to be destroyed along with this world, I was unable to bring about that end myself. Only by borrowing the strength of another, I was finally able to end myself. I know what you wish to ask, Dagon of the Old Ones. Why then, did I go so far as to borrow your body to recreate the stream of my homeworld of Canaan? Treatment does not exist.
That is because I made a promise. Promises must be kept.
Huh? Is he's treating? What's the promise?
So, you've finally come, Arathan.
What is the implication of that? What is the promise? Did anyone make any promises in Raiders 1? Did Triton make a promise in Raiders 1? I believe something about him having to expel his past self, which is Dagon. Yeah, I don't know.
So, you've finally come, Arathan. Which must mean you've remembered. Both that we fought before, on a distant land, and that your outsiders come from a world known as Tokyo.
Yeah,
we remember.
Dagon, why? I thought we killed you.
You succeeded. The piece of my body that clung to that eternal pillar was destroyed at your hands. However, I borrowed a new vessel in order to bring you all into this dream of my fallen world.
A dream? Your fallen world?
I don't believe you. Yes, the world I once governed, which fell to ruin, Canaan. This, however, is both a dream and not. It is no illusion that merely exists inside the mind. This dream is being performed by flesh and blood, by real memories. All of which are stored within me, all these memories of the world. As you already know, I can tamper with the minds of others and install memories there.
That is true. He was able to brainwash Tangaroa and his tribe in Canaan 1, GoGo 1 as a result. He was able to brainwash them too on the island, the others, but he wasn't able to control them, so that's a bit weird. I think I think him not controlling him was part of the deal with Kijimuna. Maybe. Don't go into that.
However, I needed bodies into which to transplant those memories. I needed actors to play the citizens of Canaan.
The Islanders. No matter mysterious too. Is that who you mean?
Exactly. I used those Islanders who had come to your Tokyo as vests for the memories. After all, memories cannot influence the world without an enclosed vessel like a body to house them.
So this place was never Canaan. Then where are we? I bet you it's Kijimuna's island. I can't. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. Otherwise, has Tokyo collided with somewhere again?
I wanted to ask you something, Dagon. Back then, he said you wanted to be destroyed. Why do you say something like that?
Before you answer that, let's test your strength.
What the? Dagon's bulge is growing bigger. Dagon's cock grows by the second, filling the vast underground space.
Show me your might. Show me a power that surpasses my own. If you think you're a match for me, that is. Come, taste my cock. Should it catch a hold of you, it will wipe your memories clean. You can relive the stream of Canaan over and over again. Wait, Dagon. You surprise me, island ancestor. Torn apart from the inside out, and you still fight. You have earned my praise. Dagon, you said you borrowed a body.
Yeah. I don't know what you're on about Santos.
What do you mean say there was someone who could grow that large back to Tokyo?
Is he taking Triton's body right now?
That's what you wish to know. Very well, I shall tell you.
No, he's probably taking the body of Dagon, the old one's Dagon. Which is like, it doesn't make sense why he was there in first. Maybe I'll explain now.
This place is filled with the memories of the inhabitants of the previous Canaan, their beliefs of the world. That means that, essentially, as Dagon, I can utilize this world's role and rule. The name Dagon carries the belief of the consumed one. It contains the role and rule of fulfilling, of raising, of creating a bountiful harvest. In this Canaan, I can grow as large as I like. As the supreme ruler of this world, I also receive all the faiths within it. Awaken and pledge your lives to me. Reshef, Moloch, Kotharwa, Kassis.
Asterius! Controlled by Dagon's tentacles, there stand your three friends. And with them is a fourth figure, a mere shadow unattached to any body. So bad guy, Dagon, Canaan, and not old ones. I'm confused. He's what's it called? Apparently it's one and the same. The old ones... what? I'm pretty sure the one we faced in Raiders of Lost Isle, that was the old ones. What's it called? The old ones. Dagon. Just because of the tentacles, I'm saying, but maybe not. Maybe it was Canaan Dagon all this time. And maybe the old one's Dagon was like completely separate from that all this time. Irby, mind explaining? While I continue, sorry.
Astarte?
Okay, it's always that. Yeah, that makes most sense. So that's why there's just randomly another Dagon in Tokyo. Okay, that explains Dagon's existence then, Professor Dagon, because Old One's Dagon was like a separate entity that never happened. I see. Okay, that it's making complete sense now. So Old One's Dagon was always a professor, and he just recently came to this world, but that had nothing to do with the events of Raiders of the Lost Isle. It was just incidental. And there seems to be some connection between him and Canaan Dagon, but they're technically not identical to each other. And Canaan Dagon we're facing right now is the same Dagon from the what's called Raiders of the Lost Isle, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because that means his 3-star, like, it means we can control both versions when we play as Dagon. But then again, we're playing as Astaroth and Astarte when we play their character. Because, you know, definitely right now we're facing Dagon. Well, maybe we're playing Older One's Dagon personified by, Canaan Dagon. I'm gonna stop saying Dagon and just continue the story.
Heed Father Dagon's orders, O children of Canaan. Turn your blades upon those who stand before you.
I'll get to it. No rush.
Irby! Yes, Father Dagon.
Yes, Father Dagon. Alexander, a great foreskin.
I before E, except after C, except in the word weird.
Irby!
And then there's a whole bunch of others.
Dagon, why? What are you thinking? Come all over me. Show me your strength. Show me that your power can surpass even my own. Ugh.
3-1's not fair. But that's the way I like it.
You get the army, Bunny and Haka!
A futile effort.
Haka!
He got even harder. Let's get some dis.
You thought I would let you get away?
A multitude of Dagon's tentacles obstruct your path.
Does it hurt? Are you suffering? Then end it all, Arthur.
Dagon, the two lords, and the architect of Canaan surround you, Kijimuna and Tangaroa. Oh yeah. Wait, what? They're architects? Oh yeah. What? Dagon, the two lords, and the architect of Canaan surround you, Kijimuna and sorry, I was being dumb there.
You cannot escape. Surrender to my embrace, and let us return to where this began. I'll take away all of your suffering. Forget everything and lose yourself in pleasure. Search for reasons to live only leads to suffering. Fighting towards your goals only brings pain. Here in Canaan, you can slumber, beloved in the abyss and submerged in happiness.
Screw that. I'm not that easy. That's not quite true.
Arthur,
we wouldn't be happy. How could I wish for that, knowing Astarte's feelings? In taking her place, you came to know her hidden thoughts. You came to know the joy and pain of being the sole beloved, and the sadness of being the only one who has no power of their own.
You are truly too kind a soul to live in such a cruel world. Astarte! Die! Die! Just die!
Astarte's shadow straddles Astaroth, mercilessly gripping onto his throat with both hands. Whoa. She strangles him with all her might, as if to break her very arms and strip her nails from their beds in an effort. Nope, well, you heard it here, folks. Astaroth is a him. Still, Astarte's incorporeal form has no effects on the physical body of Astaroth. Nor could she harm such a mighty serpent, even it were she flesh and bone. MC, as much as I'd like to surrender to your pleasure, the plot wouldn't allow it. Astarte's heart... I mean, you can always just look at fucking, like, websites and Twitter and all that if you need your fill for the endings or he decided to play along. Astarte's heart, however, began to ooze something like blood, and black tears fall drop by drop onto Astaroth's upturned face. What the fuck? This conversation, I give it more thought about Dagon Valentine Quest when Dagon says he wants to sink into the abyss. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember reading the translation of that. That was so degenerate. That was so good.
Die! Die! I want to die. Astarte! I was a mistake. I was born into the wrong body. I shouldn't have been born at all. All my struggles in this world were meaningless. It was all meaningless from the start. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So please. Please.
Hush, Astarte. Don't say such things. Those tears don't suit you.
Astros reaches out to gently wipe the tears dripping down Astarte's cheek.
I can't pretend to understand your pain. To be honest, I'm still jealous of you. I'm sure you'll never be able to understand how I feel either. Still, I am so glad to have met you. Maybe we are both mistakes. Maybe something went wrong at our births. I could tell you otherwise to spare your feelings. But I'd just be lying to you and to myself. We were both born wrong. I'm sure that's not an answer anyone in the world wants to hear, but it's the truth. Still, I was able to meet you, someone who understood. It made me happy. I'm so glad to have met you, Astarte. In my solitude, you saved me from my loneliness. I've given up on so many things over the years. Still, I know one thing I don't want to give up on, and that's becoming friends with you. There has to have been a reason behind our meeting. I'll make sure of it. Astros. Yes, well put, the two of you. When your world expands, you get an infinite number of connections to others. It is a lesson you once taught me. It was my introduction to the other worlds, including this Canaan, that led me to where I am today, this Canaan. Even if I was powerless where I was born, even if I'm useless in one world or another, I believe that someday, somewhere, we'll be able to find a new meaning to our existence and create a place for ourselves. Dagon, it is wrong for us to linger in this world. We must continue moving. We must go forth to find a reason for living. That was quite the speech, but pretty words come cheap. If you're that passionate about it, then show me what you have it takes to oppose me. I lost to you back in the end, but things are different now. This time, I'm not the actual last boss. No way! His cock got even bigger. This Canaan is full of faith that can boost Father Dagon. Until I reach the limit of this Dagon's body, I can keep growing stronger and stronger.
Is this it then?
Oh, go ahead, Dagon. We can still be victorious. After all, you give us a hint. If you can draw your power from the faith of Canaan, why can Yam not do the same?
Tanjiro, big brain Tanjiro, spreads his arm and turns to the shadows that fill the air.
I am the creator of the land and sky, Tanjiro, but I also have an inherited Sea Lord Yam's dying wish. Heed my voice, my vassals, and come to me.
Holy fucking shit. Nice zoom in. There is no room in this cave for this to be happening. Tanjiro's cock is getting bigger. It's as big as Dagon's.
I will distract Dagon, so you hurry and remove these tentacles from your friends, Arson. Alright, let's go, Kijuna.
You got it, Arson!
Yeah, we can do this. I've always hated that serpent's rule, but I'll show it to you just this once. Splendid, splendid! Show me the power you can produce with your lives at stake.
I am liking the pace of the story. We're technically not at the last chapter, and yet this feels like the last chapter kind of deal. I mean, we obviously know Bale's gonna be last boss, but this is a pretty worthy showdown if for something that is penultimate. All right. All right, Easy. Thanks for joining us this far. This is gonna be the last part anyway, so when you resume this later on, it's just gonna be the shortest part. Yeah. It was Danganronpa from V4, the third game in the series. Well, the third mainline game in the series. Would recommend the series. Go check it out yourself if you've got the time. If you're a fan of Ace Attorney or Zero Escape, Danganronpa is part of that holy trilogy, or rather trinity.
I should have been destroyed. Back on that island. Where am I? Who are you? Why have I regained consciousness? Now, one question at a time. First, you're in a place wherein reside memories that have lost their bodies. Consider it a library of sorts, where your memories have been stored since you lost your physical form.
Is this the Shinjuku dungeon? I mean, technically it would accomplish the same task by being able to store memories.
Second, I'm the one to whom you are tied most closely. I'd be honored if you could think of me as such. As to your third question, I have taken the liberty of preparing an appropriate vessel and transferring your memories to it. You mean? How does it feel? Naturally, I have obtained permission of the vessel before orchestrating the change. However, they may have questions for you, so please answer them at a later time. What do you want from me? My tale is already done. Oh, I wonder, will you still feel the same after seeing this? It me! Is that... At the present moment, this brave soul is about to be crushed between, Leets and Ryota's ass, like years of this world system. I'm sure you know just how cruel the system can be. There is nowhere for them to run, not in this city, nor in the 23 worlds connected to it.
Did he run into the library, Shinjuku Library, and found Bale there? Or Bao? And now he's offering him refuge in the Canaan's memories? Oh yeah, I forgot to say, his promise was that to treat him to keep his students safe. Oh, I see. That was like ages ago. Should have answered that ages ago. This is in the tower. Oh, I see the tower. Right, they ran into the tower. Jeez, it doesn't have that they use the same library graphic all the time. I see. So Dagon didn't destroy the world yet because of a promise to protect the students. So that means that is consistent with him not wanting to destroy the world because Kijimuna and the rest are there. Yeah, let's continue. The only possible place to run would be the world you ruled. This is a really interesting way to set this up. That's a pretty good premise for why we're in a non-23 world.
It seems there's nothing for it then. I'll work with you. Subarashi. How wonderful. I had feared you would prove far more stubborn. I will only cooperate until her heart has been healed, though. Until she can once again stand on her own 2 feet. I understand. All you need to say is, until she can defy your protection and return to our city, correct? Very well. I am, after all, an expert on the law.
You're talking about Astarte? How did that? What's her relation to Dagon? I guess we'll have to know.
Now then, if you provide the memories, I will provide the bodies. I'll bring bodies suitable for your world for you. Memories, flesh, and a battle zone.
So they are inside the Tower of Babel.
With these, we can resurrect our world of Canaan. Oh, I cannot wait. Our lost world is about to exist once again.
So, the reason we have to cooperate is because Astarte seems to exist in the world of Canaan, as does Baal, and Baal and Astaroth seems to exist in the world of Gehenna, and then that's their relation to it.
Ah, boundless tail. What are we? I'm exhausted. It feels like someone kept me at the forge for 3 days straight. No line for Nomad. Sapped of all seamen, Nomad, Asiris, and Cordiani fall unconscious. You've gotten stronger. Finally. But it still doesn't explain why Kijimuna seems to remember. Unless somehow his memories are tied to the tower as well.
Wait! Stop! There's it! It's not buffering! Don't lie to me! Don't lie to me!
Yeah, I don't see any buffering. There's no drop frames or anything. Probably just your side.
Kijimuna. Why won't you kill me?
Because I've decided that your brand new variant looks a lot hotter than your original GoGo form. I haven't asked you reasons yet of why you wanted to die.
If I could fall to your sword, I would be content.
Hold on, I just keep on hitting my mic.
Alright. If I could see you regain the strength to smile freely in the outside world, I would be happy. I am glad that the child who showed me so little of his former self, whose gaze seemed dead inside, has become strong enough to once again stand and fight.
Dagon raises his arms, and Astarte's shadow stops moving. Tell me what's happening, Dagon.
Very well, then, I will tell you. The one who imprisoned you in the stream of Canaan to relive time and time over and over again. The one with whom I made a pact. Look out, Arthur! No. Arthur!
Tangaroa jumps in front of you to shield you with his body, then collapses to the ground as he shares his buffs with you, his large form dispersing.
Tangaroa! Tangaroa!
You...
Mighty indeed, as expected of my sacred artifact, forged by Kothar Wakasis. Well then, I've gotten rid of my biggest obstacle again, and the strategy is as good as useless. Which means that my next target is you, Father Dagon. Once I've killed you, the role of world representative will evolve to me. That is how the world is meant to be.
Baal! No. Baal!
What the?
Oh my god, that is a clip forever. Don't tell me it's ending there. Well, whatever. That's just new villain, so I guess I'll have an entire 2 parts of an episode to be fleshed out before only being unceremoniously released a new semester. Okay, just to confirm, yeah, episode 6 is the next one. Tomorrow I will be continuing episode 6 as well as epilogue. I'll be finishing the story then. But that concludes the stream for today. Thank you for joining me this far. So thoughts so far. The story is really good. It's very consistent. It actually has some meaning, and now I'm starting to understand the whole kind of Dagon thing. Unfortunately, it still hasn't quite really explained that well the whole situations with memories, or at the very least, why Kijimuna seemed to remember, where the others didn't. And I guess Dagon always was remembering all that entire time, and he was just playing along. And well, I guess you already know Tangaroa's bound, susceptible to being brainwashed. Still, well, I guess that's just consistent with Raiders now that I think about it, the first one. But yeah, it's good. I do like Kijimuna's appearance. He was helpful as usual in restoring people's memories. Somehow he was able to snap everyone back. That's still not quite super explained. Then again, what's it called? Baal was able to offer the bodies, and Dagon was able to offer the memories. It's never explained how he was able to suppress memories in the first place. So maybe it was just the memories being inserted in that made them temporarily washed away. It wasn't really that difficultly sealed away. But yeah, the whole thing was Astarte and Astaroth. That was actually really sad. The way it conveys it seems like, yes, it's a very trans-coded kind of person. Not exactly trans, because neither of them explicitly say they want to be the opposite sex. Rather, they say they just want... Astaroth goes as far as saying they want to be to have a feminine body. Never actually saying she wants to be female. So, I mean, that's pretty close. Not exactly the same, but I mean, you can still be male and have a feminine body. But you know, it's up to the interpreter, or I guess what they want to see at that point. And meanwhile, Astarte obviously just wants to be strong, and but has never really explicitly stated that strong meant masculine. Although she did question if she wanted to be a male or at some point, I believe, and she said she wasn't sure. The only thing that was sure is she wanted to be stronger, and Astaroth wanted to, I guess, have more grace, be weaker. But I really did feel that moment when they were opening up, whether it's like explicitly representing trans or not. That, like, I guess that feeling of feeling like you were born a mistake and having to deal with it, and having that small, tiny, like, moment of happiness and finding someone who's like you. Like, I can relate to that very closely, it's for sure. So that kind of touched me a lot. But yeah, Robinson getting his memories back didn't really make sense at all. He just kind of randomly got it, unless you believe what Irby said, and they randomly met off scene. Which was just like, I don't know about that, but okay. And yeah, that's I think those were the main events that happened in this so far. Can't wait to see what happens with the whole Bale thing. Why exactly MC was being chased, Aerithon was being chased into the Tower of Bale in the first place. What exactly is Astaroth's role? Why does Astaroth not seem to remember what the heck happened? Like, oh, wait. Astaroth seems to have been implanted by Bale into MC. That's what it seems like. But his attitude seemed to be completely different before the events. That is when he was chasing him. Well, maybe that's just his true nature and he was just following orders or something. But then the real mystery is, who the heck is Astarte? And it seemed like Dagon knew who Astarte was, because I Dagon said before he accepted to, you know, he'd only give the memories as long as she wouldn't resist. So, but yeah, I have no idea where Astarte is coming from. It was explained in the start event, sort of, was it? Oh, well, I guess they said something about them being their future or something like that, I don't know. One of them is like the future of the other, which I'm not sure if that makes sense. I don't think the being that in a literal sense. It really does seem like they just found each other incidentally. I mean, they can't be each other's futures. They're from different mythologies, I would presume, in this case. One of them is from Gehenna, and I have no idea where the fuck Astaroth's from, but it seems to be implying she's natively from Canaan. But yeah, it's a bit of a mystery where Astarte comes in. I can accept Astaroth just... what's called... It seems like he had made previous contact with Astarte at some point. I don't know, it seems weird, because before they went to Canaan, he seemed familiar with Astarte or something, his true form or something. And then, it seems like they were talking for the first time or something in Canaan. Well, I guess Astarte seems to have been talking with him for a while. The entire situation is a bit of a mess in terms of where the relationship began. But Canaan should be in the past, I guess, those memories, even if they're taking place in the present, because they're just reenacting memories of the past. I don't know. Where Astarte's body comes from, it's a mystery. Maybe it was the same body, one and the same all this time, and their body fused. I'll just have to infer it later. Okay, this is running on a bit long, so I will just say, once again, thank you for joining me. The story is good. Probably in my top 5 so far, in terms of consistency. Blows Valentine's stories out of the water, blows Christmas stories out of the water. Actually, Christmas stories aren't so bad. I'm being a bit harsh on that. Valentine's stories forever suck. And what's it called? Onsen is like whatever. But this is a pretty good story. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I am gonna go head off now. I will see you tomorrow. That is when I'll be streaming episode 5 and episode 6 in the epilogue again. And see you then. Bye bye.